Hey everybody, hello and greetings once again from Elmhurst, DuPage, Illinois. We're traveling on 294 North, but I don't know about you, but I always like to take this 290 west towards Rockford, although the GPS wants me to take 294 north to 90 west. Kind of like going this way, I think. Saves on toll. Once again, today is Sunday. Happy Sunday, everyone. Local time here is 4:04. We are down to 88 miles to Beloit, Wisconsin. Baby Blue and I are on our way to Hopkins, Minnesota. Temperature here, according to Baby Blue, is 64 degrees. Our delivery schedule is tomorrow at 9 a.m. I have a one pick, two drops. Got about 10 pallets in there, so it's not gonna take that long. The second delivery is at 10 p.m. at Super Value in Hopkins, Minnesota. Alright, let me try this, okay? I've got a story for you. This is, of course, a made-up story in my head, but I hope it will convey the message. As you can probably already read the title, it's called Chicago Street Racer. Here's why. There's a guy in Chicago. Again, this is all made up, okay? Here's a guy in Chicago that just loved to race everybody in the neighborhood, and he was really good at it. He had this beautiful sports car, and nobody could outrace him. Street racing. He had this talent to go around the corners, speed up like nobody else can. And of course, the way he drives, he certainly has put marks, wear and tear on that car of his. Some of the tires are worn because of tight turns. Some of the body's got patches, scratches. And once in a while, for no reason at all, even if he was driving straight, the car would just suddenly want to bear right, because the bearings are all worn out, right? Or the car is just so used to the wear and tear of the way he drives that car. He was very well known in Chicago. One day he took a trip down to Los Angeles to attend a street racing down there. So he made his plans, and he got everything ready, started making a trip down to Los Angeles, And when he left Chicago, he was listening to the radio, and his favorite XM radio host was Howard Stern. Oh, he loved that radio, that station. As he listened now, kept on going. By the time he got to Kansas, he lost all the signals on the radio. It wasn't an XM, it was just a regular radio for the sake of conversation. By the time he got to Kansas, there was no station available except for a preaching radio. It was a Christian ministry radio. So he said, you know, why not? Either be bored or listen to this guy say mumbo jumbo stuff. What hurt could it do me? So he listened to it. And as you would probably could tell or surmise, he was saying nasty things about what this preacher said. You're a con artist, you're lying, you don't know what you're talking about, you ignorant idiots, and all blah blah blah. We've all heard the stories, right? And the name calling. But the more he listened to it, the more he got interested, and the less he was cussing, the less he was criticizing. And he listened to it for hundreds of miles, from different radio stations after another that carried the same preacher. Not long after he's, for many miles, many hundreds of miles that he listened to this preacher guy, he became a Christian. And by the way, if I may note, when he left Chicago down to Kansas, he was driving like a madman. He was speeding up, he was just driving, cutting off people. I mean, he was doing whatever he did best. But not long after he got saved, not long after he accepted the message, then he started driving straight, obeyed the speed limit, obeyed the laws. He became respectful. And like I said, he became a Christian. But once in a while, his car would suddenly just bear to the right and brake and do all kinds of stuff. Even if he wanted to go straight, his car would just naturally want to bear off and did something weird. By the time he got to Los Angeles, he absolutely had no desire to listen to any other station except for the Christian ministry radio station. Absolutely none. All his worldly desires dissipated and disappeared. Again, his car, he didn't want to race anymore. But again, his car would just suddenly jerk, beep, brake, speed up. You could visibly see all the wear and tear. What does that story involve? It involves people that have accepted Jesus Christ, that when you become a Christian, even though you want to go straight, suddenly, see, a car, let me say this in a different way. When you become a Christian, the car represented your humanness, your humanity, which is evil and sinful. And the driver becomes your spirit. In other words, when you become a Christian, even though your spirit wants to go straight, your spirit is all cleansed and forgiven. I just had a leak. Even though you've already been forgiven and declared holy, your humanness, your flesh, your body, I'm not talking about your meat, your bones. I'm talking about your emotion, your desires, as I said, your fallen humanity. Your fallen humanity still acts and represents as the car, even though you no longer want to sin. There's part in you. Your spirit is trapped in your humanity because you have not yet been given a glorified body. We will always be sinful until the day that we die and given a holy, purified, perfect body suited. See, when you die, when you become a Christian, when you become a Christian, you become... Remember when the street racer left Chicago, him and the car were one. They were one spirit, even though they were two individual entities. They were united in doing their thing. As people, when we are born in this world, you and I are like that car and the driver. We are one with the car. We did whatever naturally thing that came to us. We did it without restrictions. We both enjoyed it. We both desired it. But when you become a Christian, you no longer desire it, but yet you still are driving the same car. You have a tendency to just jerk to the right or to the left. You get the idea, right? Let me say this in another way. When he arrived to Los Angeles, the street racer arrived to Los Angeles, his car was absolutely junk. It was the end of its life. And when he arrived to Los Angeles, there was somebody that gave him a brand new car. Brand new, never been used. So now when he arrived at Los Angeles, not only he has a brand new car which he can drive the way he wants to, not the way the car sometimes wants to. Him and the car became one. In this case, as Christians, when we die, we are given a new body. And our desires will become one with that body, which is and our desires will all be perfectly heavenly. Now again, some of you may not believe. It's okay. I'm not forcing you to do either way or one way or the other. You can believe whatever you want. Give me the same courtesy and the grace to believe the way I believe, right? Live and let live. And if I may add out as well, you can't drive straight in a car. That driver couldn't drive straight even if he wanted to when he left Chicago, because his desires were not to drive straight. His desires were to do whatever he always wanted to do. In this case, without the Spirit of the Lord in you, in us, our desire will always be a worldly desires. What do you think? Remember what Mama said. If you don't have anything good to say, don't say it. Look, I am willing to engage anybody and everyone if you do it respectfully, lovingly, without profanity. As I've always said, you and your faith is between you and God. Furthermore, more importantly, according to the Bible, I am not qualified to judge myself. That's how sinful I am. How can I then judge you if I'm not even qualified to judge myself? So I would never do that. I'm not judging you. There's only one judgment in this earth that matters, which is His. Come on, Subaru. Subaru. Hey, you guys want to learn how to speak Tagalog? A really easy way? Think of a bucket, right? A bucket and the word or the name Mo, you know, Curly, Larry, and Mo. Picture a bucket, Mo, and let me see. Isn't there a gas station called Pina? P-I-N-A? Just think of it, a gas station called Pina. Hold on, let me rephrase that again. Think of a bucket, a gas station named Pina, the name Mo, Wait. See, that's why I could never be a teacher. Let me think that. Let me rethink that over. A bucket, a gas station named Pina, and then a coat and tie, a tie, right? A bucket, Pina, and tie. And then the name Mo. What do you have? Bucket, Pina, tie, Mo. Why did you kill? Boy, that was really corny. Why am I saying that? Because sometimes when I teach people how to speak Filipino, I notice that Americans will say it better if they can relate. For example, the name or the word bucket. Bucket is Y. Now, Americans have a hard time saying bucket. But if you tell them to picture in their mind the bucket, anybody can say bucket. Get it? Bucket. Bucket. Yeah. I wonder where Larry is. I saw his video today. Said that I left him behind. Oh, that dirty tricker Larry. I know. I wish it was already Thursday. "23 minutes, holy smokies." So how many of you have already changed the video? By the way, what is your average length of watching videos? 3 minutes, 10 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes? Well, hey everybody, I just want to say I really am grateful to you guys. My family and I are ever grateful to you. Thank you for watching these videos. You guys just don't know how much it means to us. And Tampers, of course. I don't think Tampers think he's a dog. I think he thinks he's one of us. Mama told me he was depressed yesterday because he was left at the house alone while they went to a party. Alright, as always, thank you and have a good and godly day. Please share, like, and comment. And don't forget to hit that bell button. That way you will be notified as soon as that video comes up or is posted. Have a good and godly day. Peace.